Hello everyone. In this video, we will explore about Kubernetes objects and we will learn how to create a Nginx deployment using YAML file. We will also see how to roll back the deployment in case of issues. So the prerequisite for this video is you should have Kubernetes cluster configured and kubectl configured. If you do not have all those things, you can follow my previous video to set up the prerequisite. So what is Kubernetes objects? Kubernetes objects are persistent entities in the Kubernetes system. They actually represent the state of your entire cluster. Once you create the object is like the deployment, the services, the load balancer, any kind of object that you create. Once you create it, Kubernetes system ensure and it constantly work that your object is exist. It always check what is your cluster desired state and it always maintain that. So now let's start creating a YAML file. So we will be creating a deployment. We will verify our deployment. We will try to edit the deployment. We'll do the rollback and also at the end we'll just delete the deployment. So deployment. Deployment is an one of the object of Kubernetes that actually represents your applications which is running on the cluster. We will create a deployment using the YAML file where we provide all the configurations like what you need in your deployment, like the images to use, how many pods you want, the ports, labels, every details you will provide in that YAML configuration. So in this video, we will be doing the Nginx deployment. In general, we just run kubectl, run Nginx service, and it just work, right? But when you have to customize it, right, and accordingly how we want all the configurations in the YAML file so that it can be scripted or it can be introduced very easily with your pipeline. So we will be creating the YAML file for this. So this is the YAML file and I will just explain you about all these tags also. So this is the API version where you provide the Kubernetes API version, whatever you are using, the kind. This is the deployment because in this I am creating a deployment object. If you are creating the service, you will provide service. So there are different kinds of objects as you need for your configuration. Metadata actually uniquely define, identify your deployment based on the name. So this is the metadata. And the spec. In spec, basically you provide your configurations like how many replicas you want and what kind of image you need in your pod. Like here, I need this Nginx, right? So all these configurations you provide in the spec. And this is the selector. This is also very important things like we use the label here. So because otherwise how the deployment object will find where to provide this configuration, where to apply this configuration. So based on the label, it finds, okay, I need to manage this pod. So this is the very basic YAML file which is written for the Nginx deployment. There are many different tags also that you can use, but here we are just doing the sample one. Once your YAML file is created, then you need to run that YAML file that actually creates your deployment object. So for that, we will be using the kubectl command line utility. And this parameter hyphen hyphen record true, it actually just provide you what commands you ran as part of that deployment. So I'll just show you in my as we run this command. So let's just run this now. So I have my Kubernetes cluster configured. Now I will just run this command. So this is the command kubectl apply -f. Here you are providing your YAML file and the record equals to true. So what do you mean by the record equals to true? If I do kubectl rollout history, so it provides you the history and this is your deployment, right? So here you can see that it provides me, okay, I ran this command. So this is just for your future where you want to see what command I ran for that deployment. Okay. So now let's verify our deployment. So these are some commands: kubectl get deployment. This will give you, okay, we ran this Nginx deployment and it has two clusters because we make as a replicas 2 by 2 up to date. You will be getting all the details. Now, as part of the deployment object, what other components it has created? So it has created one replica set. So replica set, it is short form as RS also. It has created the replica set also. Replica set is just like it maintains, okay, you needs two pods. And it has created the pods also. So kubectl get pods, if you do that, you will seeing that, okay, my two pods are running. So with this one YAML file, with one deployment object, it has created other two components also. And we have now we will check the Kubernetes deployment status. So how can we check that? So if you run the same command, rollout history last time we did, if you do rollout status, you will be seeing that, okay, my this deployment is successfully rolled out. In case of any issues, you will see that issue here. Okay. Now we will try to edit our deployment. Before editing, let's add some annotation. What is annotation? Annotation is just where you provide on what change we are doing as part of this deployment, like a commit message. So if you do this kubectl annotate deployment, your deployment name, and change cause initial deployment. So let me just run this command. And now if you do your kubectl rollout history, you can see that it gets override with my annotation as a initial deployment. Okay, now let's edit our deployment. So you can edit the deployment obviously by directly updating your YAML file, or you can use the command line also. So it actually opens your YAML file and here you can update it. So I want to change the replicas to 3. Okay, so yeah, so let me just do that. Control S, save it. So you will seeing the message that it has edited successfully. And if I do that kubectl get pods, I will see that my 3 pods are running. Now there is one thing that I wanted to show here in the rollout history. You will see only one revision. So actually when you are scaling your application to from 2 to 3 to 4, then it will not create a new revision of your deployment object. It will only create a new revision when you actually change the image tag or any things related to the pod template. So if I do this edit deployment, Nginx deployment, okay, and if I try to use, suppose if I try to use 16, I'm changing the image here, okay. So if I do that, and now if I do the rollout history, you can see that it has created the 2 revision, right? Because changing the pod template, anything, it will create a new revision for that. And you can describe your deployment like this: get deployment, you will get, okay, my Nginx deployment, it is now 3. So like that, you can get all those details. Okay. And one more thing for the rollback. When you do the rollback to the previous version, then the pod template gets rolled back, but not the pod replica. Like if you are on the image 14.1 and you roll back to 13, so it will just do that rollback. But if your pod is running with four replicas, it will remain as four. So with the rollback, your replicas will not change. Okay. So now I have changed the image using that edit command. You can set like this also. So right now I am using some image which is not available. Okay. So now if I do this cube CTL get pods, you can say I am getting this error image pullback off. And also if I do rollout status, okay. If I do rollout status, then also I'm seeing this error waiting for deployment because we are seeing that error. So to fix that issue, you need to do the rollback to the previous version. So there are two options. If you do this, it will automatically redirect it, revert it to the previous version. And you have an option to provide which revision you want to roll back. Okay. So this time I'll just use rollout undo deployment nginx. And now if I do the rollout status, you can see that successfully rolled out. And if I do kubectl get pods, I can see my three pods are running. So this is how basically you can do the rollback. And once you are done with everything and you just want to clean everything from your test instance, you can run this command kubectl delete deployment nginx deployment. This will actually delete everything. Your pods, you see here, it is getting terminated. Your deployments, you will see the error that nothing is there now. You will everything get deleted. So yeah, this is how you can actually manage your Kubernetes objects, and this is some basic commands that we use for the to manage our Kubernetes cluster. Thank you.